All right, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Hawkes, and this is your Best Life Defined. Thanks for showing up, man. I'll tell you what, I am on a roll. My week's going good. I've been having some shoulder issues. Been doing some martial arts in the park. That's kind of cool. Kind of spinning off of my Kempo days. I have a brown belt in Kempo karate and taught karate for quite a few years. I think that's pretty cool. But my shoulders are working good. Feeling all impressed with me. I've got some interest that I never expected in my podcast and in the work I'm doing. So that's pretty cool. The book is going well. I kind of had to make a reset or do a reset on my life a little bit. I was over there grinding it out. And all of a sudden I just ran out of gas and had to reevaluate. You ever have to do that? You ever sitting there and for 1 minute you think life's going great, and the next you're like, God, what am I doing, right? Do you like you? I think that's the ticket. I was out there walking and talking. I'm thinking about who I am and where I come off showing up every day and doing this. And I think what it comes down to is I have to like me. I think I'm trying to evaluate life and why we choose the things we do. And liking you is a critical aspect of your success. It's kind of like when you do the things you love to do. You're pretty good at them. You pay attention to the details, right? If you love baseball, you just don't throw your glove out, leave it in the rain, or if whatever you do. If you're into fishing and boating, and your tackle box is all organized, your boat's all polished, that's how you can kind of tell when someone is actually into their thing. The other side of that is I do a lot of walking. That's how I get ready for the podcast. I'm out there walking and I'm looking around, trying to decipher life, right? And I look around and I see these yards and there's junk everywhere. And then, the leaves haven't been raked up and the sidewalks are dirty. And there's people living there, right? People live in that house. And I'm not bringing this to your attention as a judgment. The reason I'm bringing this example to you is because that's an example of someone who's made a choice that doesn't fit who they are. The guys who love hot rods, their car runs perfectly. Guys who are into fancy-ass cars and paint jobs, I've got a few people in my family who love the idea of detailing a car. That's their thing. And they do a good job. Their car's not a mess. There's not a scratch in it. You don't see swirls like in my Chevy. I got a black Silverado, right? And you can see the swirls in it from polishing it and from not taking care of the paint like I should, right? There's a reason for that. I'm not getting any juice out of cleaning my car. I get juice out of podcasts. I get energy out of going out and practicing martial arts in the park. Sandy and I are talking about it, and she says, you like being the star, don't you? I said, oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. Actually, I do like being the star. I enjoy that. I enjoy waking up every day and having an audience and being able to say, hey, have you thought about this? And I'm capitalizing on this in a way because when you like yourself, you maintain yourself really well. This is one of the other things that comes into play when we talk about our commitments, our desire to change something about our life or to achieve our goals. Do you like you? When you wake up in the morning, you put your feet on the floor and you're thinking about who you are, who you've become, and even more than that, where you're going. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past. Don't even think about what's in the past because the past doesn't matter. When you look at you in the mirror, when you're over there brushing your teeth and you stop for a minute and you look in the mirror at yourself, are you into who you've become? If you were to meet you at a party or hang out somewhere and you have a conversation, would you be impressed with your effort? If you were to tell you your story, you're like, wow, that's crazy. You did what? Really? Man, that's nuts. I can't believe it. That's how you can tell when you're on the right path. You'll never be better than you are for yourself. You'll never be better than you are for yourself. You can't not like yourself and find the energy to take care of yourself. What's ironic about that is the distraction. There are a lot of people who talk about the things they want to do. They want to lose weight. They want to get in shape. They look at other people's lives and they say, well, how in the hell did they do that? And they're lucky. And they make all these conversations about why other people's lives are the way they are. If you want to try and figure that out and you want to try and learn something from that, the ticket starts with you. It starts with you taking a look at yourself and asking yourself, do I like myself? We look at famous people, Tom Brady, Oprah Winfrey, anyone who's famous and immensely successful. What's one characteristic you see in them? I think Tom Cruise is a prime example. Tom Cruise is an arrogant ass as far as I'm concerned, but he has the right to be, right? Gary Vaynerchuk, the author of Crushing It, right? World-renowned motivator, network marketing guru, internet, social media, you name it, he's the king, right? Big ego. Big ego, not looking for approval from anyone. You know why? Because he defined the bar. He set the path. He told the story. It's his story. How do you do that? You wake up every day and say, hey, what's up? What's up, dude? What's up, cool dude? I guess that's why I stand out there and I do martial arts in the park. I do my calisthenics in the park. I do push-ups and all that shit in the park. It's because, you know, as Brene Brown refers to it, it's cool to be out in the wilderness. It's cool to stand out in the middle and everyone's watching by and they all look at you and they think you're strange. And what they don't realize is you can't live a different life if you don't do different things within that life. You want to live an amazing, you want to be a millionaire? Guess what you have to do? You have to do what millionaires do. You want to be rich and famous, or you want to be famous on social media? Guess what you have to do? You have to do what it takes to be famous on social media. That would mean you have to have a presence. You have to find a format where you can say, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. Hey, you interested? Come talk to me. Let's hang out, right? That's what I'm doing. My friends, I mean, and I have a lot of friends on Facebook, but what I've discovered is there are a lot of people in my circle of influence that are they're like all kind of weirded out. They're like, oh man, not again. You know, you look at your Facebook feed and you're friends of mine, but you never actually click on any of my podcasts, because if you do that, I mean, it's like, now you got to listen to me talk, right? I like me. I like what I'm doing. Do you? Let's start. Let's get this ball rolling here. So let's go ahead and start this process of how this conversation is going to make your life better. This is how you start. You look at yourself and you say, who am I? And you have to gauge that between a scale of 1 to 10. How do you feel about who you are, what your life looks like right now? Because basically your life is a representation of you, right? If you're 35 pounds or overweight, the only thing you do is drink beer and work. Your house is in disarray. Your car is in disarray. Your finances are in disarray. And you're in disarray. You probably don't like yourself very much. And obviously, you don't like the choices you've made. So the question I would ask you is, in order for you to live your best life, this is the opportunity for you to do something that you do like. What? Yeah, get it? Do something that you do like. How do you do that? Well, you ask yourself, who am I and what would I like? What would make me happy? What would make me a better person? What would make me energized and want to step up every day and do things that are difficult, that I may not be good at, but I'm willing to do them because I have this thing inside me that says, I want the prize. I want to wake up and know that, man, I grounded out, and then I'm a winner. Winners believe they're winners. Do I fail? I fail every podcast I do. There's not going to be a podcast I do from now till the time I stop or I die that I'm not going to go, ugh, that was sucked. Because they all suck. They will never be good enough. You know why? Because when I look at my life, I know I can do so much better. I know that there is something about this whole thing I'm doing that isn't working right now, and I'm going to do what I can to change it. But it starts with me liking me. And I guarantee you, I'm the best thing that ever happened to me. Because without me, the rest of it doesn't exist. And I think that's the failure. That's the failure when we get caught up in these things where we want to spend a lot of time thinking about what people think of our effort. The only opinion that matters is yours. When it comes to you, the only opinion that matters is yours. What do you think about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? If you don't feel great about yourself, you're probably not going to do anything great. If you don't feel great about yourself, you're probably not going to step out into traffic, push a wall down in your life so that you can explore something that you might fail at. Because, I mean, why would you fail? It's a lot easier just to continue doing what you do and not challenge anything in your own life than it is to step out in front and possibly have to lose at something, right? Comes to liking you. So let's say that you don't. Or maybe even worse, let's say that you don't know if you like you. How do you take care of yourself? What do you do every day? as a conscious effort to ensure that you get to be around longer than you might otherwise be? Do you calculate out your calories? Do you ask yourself questions about, well, should I be drinking that much alcohol? Do you work out? Are you handling your business? Handling the sucky stuff? That's where living your best life is. And that level of improvement, that better part of life exists in any aspect of your life. And that's the ticket that most people just seem to fail. You want to be impressed with yourself? Have yourself do something that's impressive. Engage in some activity where you're like, oh, that sucks. Oh, that's scary. Oh man, I'll never be able to do that. Oh yeah, damn, look what we did, right? Look what we did, rocking it, right? That's what living your best life is all about. And what's cool, you can do it. See, you don't need this podcast. You don't even need the internet. All you need to do is take a minute to ask yourself one question. How can I make it better? How can I make my relationship better? How can I make my finances better? How can I make me a better person? That was a cool trick for me. I turned into an amazing person. I don't hate anybody. I look at people now and I think, man, how can I help you, right? And granted, no, I'm not handing $100 bills out. No, I'm not. But I'm showing up every day because I believe that when I look at my life and I see all of the opportunities I have, and more than that, when Sandy and I look at what we have managed to overcome to be where we are, the first thing that comes to my mind is I got to give this away. I got to package this up and hand it out to people because god dang. No, it's not perfect. No, the struggle never ends. But the shit I get to do because of it, I mean, and really that's the ticket right there. So when you think about what your habits are, your cycle of life, a lot of it has to do with escape. A lot of it has to do with escape so that you don't have to deal with who you've become. Think about it. Why do we drink wine and beer at night? Well, I feel good. Feels good to escape. I don't have anything against it. I like beer and I don't like wine so much, but I like beer. I like whiskey. It's when those activities stop our forward momentum that we have a problem. See, if you like you are trying to grow you in some direction or the other. You're trying to find a new avenue for this thing that you got going on called life, where you can say, okay, we're here right now, but it's cool. I'm good with it. I got the house and all that stuff. Now I think I'm going to move on. Let's go. What do you want to do? And you're scanning your horizon because there's something within you that says there's even more out there. That's that hunt. That is that hunter-gatherer thing where you're like, okay, what can we learn now? What can we do now? What can we see now? That's the ticket right there. The downside is to liking you is that you got trapped. If you're like most people, you were young, you were full of energy, had all these big dreams, and then slowly it turned into what it is now. And it started by debt. It started by you having an obligation that stopped your forward momentum. Well, I'd like to go skiing, but I can't because I have to work because we just bought a house. Oh, I'd like to go golfing, but I can't because I have to work because I just bought a house. I have to go do this. I can't do what I love anymore because by the time I get done doing what I have to do, I'm too damn tired to do what I love. When you think about that statement right there, think about that. That is the reduction in energy. And that's what our current standard for retirement is based on. How energized do you think you're actually going to be at 65 or 68 or 70 years old so that you can, when you retire, when you actually, and I don't even call it retirement anymore, when you just can't work anymore? How many mountains do you think you're going to climb between the time you retire and the time you die? If you like you, if you can get into you, then you need to do something great for you. I'm doing something, I like you. I have this idea in my head that somehow or another I'm going to show up and miraculously someone's going to say, hey, listen, I like what you're doing. In fact, you changed my life, which happened this week. I'm kind of fired up about it, excited. I'll let you know more about it when I get the details. But yeah, I got some good stuff going because I stay on the good side of juju. I'm staying on the good vibe, the good thing that drives us forward, and the benefits are coming my way. It feels great. And I'm even liking me more. I'm thinking, well, maybe I don't suck. It's hard to be energized if you don't have a reason to be energized about. If you don't have something within yourself that says, you know, you're good enough, I'm good enough, I'm worthy. It's okay for me to fail. And when I fail, I need to try again. I need to live life like a winner. And here's the ticket. It doesn't have to encompass everything. You're not going to fix everything about your life at once. You're not going to fix everything that you'd like to change about your life. But you can start. Start by fixing you. Start liking you. Screw the world. Screw the world. Stop giving a damn what the world thinks of you and take a look at yourself and say, okay, I am good enough, I am worthy, and I'm ready to go. And then pick something. It doesn't matter what it is. Pick something that you need to do to reinforce that idea in your head that you love yourself, that you are an amazing person, that you deserve to be where you are, and that you have potential beyond your own imagination. And go for it. And make something about you better. Based on who you are, not on the world, not on the stories you've been told. Shut the noise off and spend some time with yourself. That's the big thing I see is, you know, we talk about, do you like you? Part of the reason we get so distracted is because it's not much fun being us. Well, it kind of is for me. I got to tell you, I'm out there working, shooting video, doing the thing I do, right? And granted, by some standards, it's crazy as hell. What 59-year-old man goes out to the park and does karate and talks to himself and works on a podcast and does all this crazy shit? But you know what? It adds value to my life. It adds energy to my life. It makes me feel better about who I am, about what I can do, right? So here's the ticket. It doesn't matter where you are. It only matters where you're going. Pick something in your life that you are currently not doing that you would like to do. Pick anything in your life that would actually make you feel better about you. And then every day when you wake up in the morning and you look at that phone, talk to yourself about that thing that you've chosen to do and hold yourself accountable that some point in the day you are going to take action towards that goal. Maybe you need to learn to read more. Maybe you need patience. Maybe you need to be a better partner. Maybe you need to teach someone something. Maybe you need to give more of your time to someone who needs it. I'm not the one that sets the standard. This is your life. It's about you, right? And then do something. Take that action, and at the end of each day, before you set that phone down and you're done surfing the internet, ask yourself that same question. How did I do? How did I do at living my best life? How did I do at grabbing a hold of that one thing that I told myself I was going to improve, that I told myself I was going to accomplish, I told myself I was going to do? How did I do? Reinforce the plan, formulate a new idea, and start again tomorrow. And I guarantee before you know it, you're going to be there, because that's how Sandy and I have gotten where we are, and that's how anyone who's famous has done it. Because people aren't famous because they're different than us, except for the fact that they're willing to get up every day and take action towards things that most of us can hardly even dream about. So keep that in mind. Thank you for showing up. Let's not forget the kindness, and as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.